What is up, everybody? I'm here to share with you another build that I use for the raid. This is what I call the Buddy and Lucy Explosives build. Now, it only has one purpose, and that is to shoot the grenade launcher. It's not used anywhere else. It's only swapped to for the Buddy and Lucy fight. Prior to that, I use the BTSU build, which I just put up on YouTube as well. So if you're wanting a more solid all-around useful explosive build, don't forget to check that one out. This one here is for one particular reason, and it is for instantly killing Buddy and Lucy before they can do anything. Couple of seconds and they're dead. However, you need at least 2 really good builds, if not 3 mediocre builds. So the guns in this really don't matter, but I do recommend a Nemesis just in case you don't quite get enough damage to kill them. You can try to get off a good shot with your Nemesis and fix the problem. Everyone else should probably be running Nemesis that's not using this build and try to just dump on them as you're doing it. Very useful. The other guns really don't matter because you're never going to shoot them. Now, what you need here is explosives damage on everything. Every single slot needs explosives except your mask. You need spotter because the raid you're going to have a tip of the spear guy pulsing, and spotter will give you tons of extra damage, and it's multiplicative. It's really, really good. So make sure your mask has spotter. It doesn't need to be Gila. It can be whatever. The blues and the reds don't matter. They're not going to affect the damage at all. You're not ever going to get hit by anything, so the amount of health you have doesn't matter either. It's really just the talents and the yellow mod slot. That is why I use Gila Guard, because it is the best option for this, since you get the yellow mod slot, which you can put explosives damage in. Preferably, you'll have better explosives damage mods than me. I might have some new ones. I just haven't updated my build. But like 3.5 to 5.5, I believe. I've never found a 5.5, but I've been told they exist. My best ones are 3.5s. You want that in every single yellow that you can possibly have. So your mask, your chest, your holster, your backpack, your gloves. Unfortunately, knee pads don't have yellow mod slots, but it's okay. Now, backpack, really important here. Damage to elites and hard hitting. The attributes don't matter. It doesn't matter if you have yellows. It doesn't matter if you have skill power. It's not like the BTSU build where the yellows actually matter. What matters is the yellow mod slot, the fact that it has destructive and hard hitting. Very, very important. That's all. You don't need Wyvern. It could be 511. It could be Wyvern. It's whatever. But Wyvern's pretty easy to get. All sorts of different backpacks can do it. Mask, I already showed you. This is Gila Guard. You want high damage to elites. Very important. This mask kind of sucks. This is an old mask. I rarely use this build because I'm usually the sniper in the group, but I do have it for times when we have more snipers and not enough explosives builds because it makes the raid so much more enjoyable. Now, preferably this would be, more than 41% damage to elites. This doesn't even matter. Spotter with explosives damage in the mod slot. Chest piece. Now, this chest piece is actually not best in slot. The thing is Fenris chests cannot roll destructive on them. When you craft a Fenris or find them, they can't actually roll destructive. So the only way to get destructive is to roll it on there. So for me, this one's good because it's got the yellow mod slot, it's got destructive, and it's got hard hitting. But a best in slot chest actually does not look like that. I'll show you what it would look like. There's numerous versions. Let's see here. I've got one saved. Right here. This Alps chest, something like this is actually a best in slot version. Something with a yellow mod slot, plus destructive already on it. It's the only talent that matters, and a yellow attribute. Now, I'm not wearing this because what you would normally do on that yellow attribute is you would roll an ongoing directives chest piece that has explosives damage onto it. You can get 30% or 33% explosives damage on a chest. I only have a 15, so I need some more of them before I ever do that. But what you would do is preferably have say a 20% explosives damage. You would roll that onto this chest right here. And then all of a sudden, say it was 20%, you'd have 20% explosives damage here and 20% explosives damage here with the yellow mod slot. So keep that in mind. If you don't have that option, your next best bet would be a Fenris chest with hard hitting and damage to elites with a yellow mod slot. You can craft them. They're really easy to get because the stats themselves really don't matter. You just need one to roll double passive and one of those talents being hard hitting because you're going to have to roll the destructive onto it. Now, gloves. I run Helagard gloves or Gilligard gloves. These are Jod roll. Actually, no, these are not Jod roll. These are garbage. But they have a yellow mod and they have destructive, so it's whatever. You can use Hybrid Alps gloves. Hybrid Alps gloves also have the yellow mod slot, but it really doesn't matter because all you're doing is using the destructive talent and the yellow mod slot. So Gilligard gloves, Jod roll right here. Let's see here. Holster. We've got the D&H holster. This is a great holster because it gives you the yellow mod slot. You got the talent for destructive and skill power. Even though you don't need it, you could have health, you could have crit chance, you could have whatever. It's completely unnecessary what the attribute is. What's important is that yellow mod slot and the destructive talent. Good to go there. Knee pads, best choice is China because one piece China gives you explosives damage, and that's pretty good. 10% explosives damage, plus the talent being destructive. Unfortunately, these don't roll a yellow mod slot, so you're stuck with one of these. What you're going to want is damage to armor. It doesn't matter what kind of weapons, just put damage to armor, because all you're going to be doing is shooting your grenade launcher. And that's about it. Your skills don't matter, because you're not going to use them. Maybe you could put a Seeker Mine, maybe a big one, or I don't even know. You could use a Seeker Mine and try to get a little bit of extra damage out there as well, but you don't need anything else. Preferably you just, position yourself. The best way to use it is you would pull out your grenade launcher and you position yourself so that you can't see Lucy. So you want to block her from your line of sight, and then you just want to aim with your grenade launcher so that the red little lines are going to hit both Buddy and Lucy. And it's really awesome. You just unload all 6 shots, and as long as the other guys did it, they will die pretty much instantly. They won't have a chance to shoot anyone, spin, heal, move. It's just death, a couple of seconds. And it's really awesome. The hardest part about the build is learning where to stand to block Lucy's 360 because you do need to be, shooting while she's doing it. So a little bit of practice here and there. Sometimes she'll shift and be on the wrong side of Buddy, so you may need to switch sides and shoulders with your grenade launcher. But other than that, really easy. And keep in mind, everyone else should have Nemesis rifles and dump on Buddy first. When they come out, everyone that's not the grenade launcher guys should be charging up on Buddy and shooting him in his face. They do have headshots, so try to do that. And that way, even if you kind of mess up a little bit, at least Buddy's dead and you can finish off Lucy real quick. So that should be it. It's a really simple build. It's much more easy to put together than the BTSU build. Your guns don't matter, your talents don't matter. Or, I mean, your talents matter, but like your skills, none of that really matters. So you just switch to this build when you get to Buddy and Lucy, and then quickly switch out of it, because the build sucks. This build is pretty much useless. You could make it work if you spec'd into, like, rifle damage and stuff. It could work for having, really good damage with your Merciless. But with how strong the BTSU build is, I just would never actually want to do that. So keep that in mind. It's a niche build for a certain situation. And yeah, I have it saved as a loadout because it's really useful. It's the Sorry Buddy. And then I got my BTSU build. If you're wondering about this build, it's more complex. You can check out the video on YouTube. It's a little bit harder to put together and more important what you have where, as well as the skills and the mods. So don't forget to check that out. And I think that's it. You can check me out live, Twitch TV/Inigo Montoya. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, whatever. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.